Oh my God. All right. Well, after the filing, Cassie said, with the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I've experienced. Now, in case y'all don't know, the Adult Survivors Act is a law in New York that allows victims to file civil suits even after the expiration of the statute of limitations. Now, the New York Times reported that the one-year window to bring cases under this new law ended last week. Now, we saw plenty of allegations come out last week, so the assumption is that other alleged victims wanted to speak up for the same reason. But that story is wild, with the video being shown to members of Jodeci.
That's allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's
Again,
allegedly.
everything's alleged.
I will say this. I don't believe in a time frame. If you did something 30 years ago or 20 years ago, you should have to answer. It's not the fact you did it 30 years ago and I changed. No, because the person that you did it to is still affected by it.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Bridge Reacts, The Bridge Between Us. I am your host, Marcus, and thank you for stopping by to see another episode here where we are talking about bridging the gaps between men and women, masculine and feminine energies on the bridge here, trying to decrease the divorce rates, add into marriages, long-lasting relationships and marriages, because that creates a strong working class so we can be a great community. That is the whole point of the channel. Thank you for stopping by to see another episode. But today's video episode, we are talking about, of course, the unfortunate P. Diddy and Cassie situation that is going on right now. It's all over the media, allegedly, so we don't know 100%. But the way how everything is coming out right now, it's not looking good for P. Allegedly, he has been tricking her to people, certain workers, on these weird scenarios of sex acts and stuff like that. He's been abusing her for at least 10 years or something like that. It's just all messy and horrible, disgraceful, deplorable. If he has done anything close to this, even if it's just a hair of it, I mean, you need to be prosecuted. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It does not matter what race you are. It doesn't matter who you are. If you've done these terrible things to a child, like in the last episode we watched, or to an adult, even though she was young, still, you are a horrible person and you need to be prosecuted as such. Point blank, period. We do not accept that here on the channel. So a lot of this we're talking about, of course, great qualities in a husband, the other side of the coin of the first episode that we dropped last week, the day after Thanksgiving. Great qualities in a wife. So now the great qualities of a husband, because if he did do these egregious things, he is literally one of the worst people that we have reviewed and covered. So the channel that we are watching and covering this is The Culture Covered. Please check out their YouTube channel and their videos. Please subscribe and like their content. They make great content. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight to it. Just a few great examples, because we had a lot of engagement in the comments, and you know, some people gave me some feedback, which I do appreciate. We always like constructive feedback. You know, you're saying something, we're learning, we're understanding, and doing better, being better. That's constructive feedback, if you didn't know. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate those comments. I was wrong about Tia Mowry. Mowry, the sister who actually has it all together and doesn't look at marriage as a curriculum and trying to pass it. She's the good one, and she was on The Real with Jeannie Mai, so that is my bad. But we're gonna go ahead and get straight into the video. Please subscribe, hit that like button if you like the content, notification bell as well. Let's get straight to the content. And before we actually play the video, of course, this is going to be a huge warning for individuals who have, you know, experienced their own abuse of any kind. We are getting really into it. This is going to be pretty horrific and graphic, so trigger warning. Appreciate you guys again for checking out the video.
Matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of this girl, like not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Oh, you kidding me up?
Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Phil.
50 Cent reacted to Diddy reaching a settlement with Cassie in her lawsuit. He paid that money real quick. He should have done that before the sharks saw that blood in the water. And here they come. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hands on.
Yo, this situation with Diddy and Cassie just got even more disturbing because photos emerged of Cassie with a messed up face, which she allegedly sustained after Diddy put hands on her back in 2014. Meanwhile, audio...
I don't know if I can really show that picture on here. You probably already seen it, but she has like a bust up lip. And apparently there are photos and videos of Cassie that are far worse than that, like certain acts, and again, horrific, terrible. There's not really much I don't know else to say other than that this is just it's evil. Like, I don't know, like, if this is my sister, my mother, my woman, this is a legitimate evil. We gotta call it out when we see it. We can't make it better unless we are looking at it for face value and actually trying to make a change. Has to be a part of the conversation. But let's go ahead and continue. It is a really weird timing too when it comes to like him. You know, these allegations came out within like 24 hours or a little bit over 24 hours. He paid whatever money she was asking for, about like what, 7 to 8 figures. 8 figures, apparently like 30 million allegedly. It's like, and then they settled really quickly. You paying that so fast, it doesn't look good for you. And from all the other rumors and stuff like that, once again, these are all allegations. I don't know. Wasn't there. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of Hollyweird happens in Hollywood. It happens. A lot of these people who we look up to who are of power, they have their own weird shit out there that we just will never even know about, but should come to light because we're all, you know, we all bleed blood. We are all humans. So we should all have the same amount of treatment. It doesn't matter your status, money, race, assets. It doesn't matter. You are still someone that needs to be held accountable for your actions. From Jeffrey Epstein to a random criminal on the street, doesn't matter who you are. You did something wrong on whatever level, there should be consequences to that. Doesn't matter, right? So we get straight back into it. I'm sorry it ran a little bit, but we got to call it out for what it is. That's real. So
Video surfaced of 50 Cent saying someone sent him some graphic photos of Cassie apparently taken during one of the freak-offs that Diddy forced her to participate in. Now, Diddy may have settled his lawsuit with Cassie, but trust, that is just the beginning because Cassie opened the floodgates. People are finally speaking out about all the messed up things they witnessed Diddy do to women. So what exactly was in these photos that 50 Cent saw of Cassie? And does this prove Diddy pimped Cassie out? Let's break it down.
They know, like, if something crazy is going on, if they send it to me, I'll make sure I get out there. Like, as far as this video.com is concerned.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so can we talk about how 50 Cent is the only man in the music industry who has been consistently calling Diddy out for being a weirdo? Diddy literally got all these other grown men scared to speak on his name.
Yeah.
But then these same men want to turn around and question why Cassie waited for years to expose him. Look, it's clear that Diddy has some deep connections with people, even more powerful than he is, because there's no other explanation as to why he's never been investigated for all these serious allegations. It seems like everyone in the industry knew.
over the years, there have been a few allegations, or more than a few, right? And again, you can't hide behind your power, your money. You need to, you're going to see the light eventually. It's all going to come out. And when it does, man, blinding evidence, right?
What Diddy was up to, and yet they all just kept making gay jokes about Diddy while he was out there really messing women up and allegedly trapped them. Now, don't get me wrong, 50 has also been trolling the hell out of Diddy for years for being on the DL. But when 50 saw what Diddy was doing to Cassie, he did the right thing and tried to expose him. So as you all know by now, Cassie sued Diddy in federal court, alleging years of DV, SA, and trafficking. And while Diddy quickly settled the lawsuit, this made him look even more guilty because he didn't even try to clear his name. See, the same day Cassie filed her lawsuit,
if someone accused me of all that, man, we're going to court. I am going to fight tooth and nail with all my assets, all the money that I have to clear my name. I wouldn't just pay them out. Doesn't matter how much money it is or how much money I have. That does look guilty. She either has a lot of stuff on him And then allegedly, a lot of people on, Bad Boy's team, which is his record label, a lot of people allegedly have come out too in supporting her, Cassie. So if anything, this could just be the straw that broke the camel's back, and there are other straws there as well to pick from to really. Where am I going with this analogy? She is the beginning stages of all the allegations that are starting to come out for Diddy. So maybe he really had to shush her so that more stuff didn't come out. So the quickest way to do that, pay her, cha-ching, as quick as you can. That shush money, hush money.
Diddy's lawyer issued a statement saying Diddy vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. The statement also claimed that Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. But then, less than 24 hours later, Diddy's lawyer issued another statement saying that Diddy decided to settle the lawsuit. First, you accuse her of trying to blackmail you, but then the next day you decide to give her everything she asked for and more?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, okay, because this doesn't look suspicious at all. Anyway, people are saying Diddy only did this to avoid the discovery phase of the trial. Now, keep in mind that Bill Cosby's case also started as a series of civil lawsuits. And
another deplorable person, Bill Cosby. Damn. Like, there needs to be some kind of integrity, some kind of character, some kind of moral compass. Like, at least start there. I know a lot of ladies these days, and correct me if I'm wrong, ladies these days, a lot of y'all look for a man that looks all attractive, physically, facially attractive, right? He not only has enough money to provide for himself, but for you, for your friends, whatever, this, that, and third. Luxury, abundance, not a nice lifestyle of just living at your means, right? All the nice cars, houses, whatever it is. All these things that aren't as necessary as someone who at least has, like, once again, a great moral compass, a great character, integrity, knows how to lead, knows how to be a great man to a wonderful woman, knows how to be a great husband to a wonderful wife, knows how to be a great man for his community, for people around him, not just for his family and his tribe, but for people around him, who can be a great I want to say an idol in a sense, but a great role model for other people to follow in those footsteps, to be better men later on. That, to me, would be great characteristics and great qualities in a man I'd imagine you ladies would be more attracted to for the long haul. But then again, I'm a man who dates women, dating a woman, one. So you guys can tell me in the comment section how y'all feel about that. Those are just a few of the characteristics and qualities. We'll talk a little bit more.
just because Diddy settled with Cassie does not mean the prosecutor won't get involved and file criminal charges against him, especially now that evidence is starting to surface of Diddy allegedly trafficking Cassie. So in her lawsuit, Cassie described how Diddy forced her to participate in what he called freak-offs, or FOs, with a bunch of male S-workers he hired to SA her. According to Cassie, Diddy would ply her with different substances before the freak-offs, which meant she wasn't in the position to give consent. In Cassie's lawsuit, there's a whole chapter dedicated to this, and it's titled, Mr. Combs Forces Miss Ventura into ST. And I'm not saying the words, but I hope you know what ST stands for. While in New York City, Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism, and that it would turn him on if he saw Miss Ventura with another D.
So like Adam 22, but black? I don't know. And that wasn't supposed to be like a joke. It's just a comparison. Like you're a billionaire. He's a, or was, maybe he won't be soon. But like he's like a billionaire, multi-millionaire, billionaire, and you're paying money for men to have sex with your woman, and so you can watch and get off. Man, I'd rather just have normal money. Like, I mean, I don't understand what like a lot of these rich people, these rich dudes do really weird things. I mean, rich women too, but we're talking about dudes in this video, right? Like, a lot of y'all do some weird stuff with your money. I will never understand. I will never.
According to Cassie, the first time it happened, Diddy hired a man and brought him to his home in Los Angeles. Cassie claims that Diddy told them they would all have to wear masquerade masks and ingest substances. Allegedly directed Cassie to perform acts with this man while he watched them, touching himself and instructing them to do specific acts. Over time, Diddy started requesting weekly freak-offs, which usually took place in hotel suites. Cassie even named the hotels where the
I have not watched this video in its entirety, only like the first few minutes, because I was like, oh, this will be a great video to react to. This is a lot to process, because it's a lot, man. I try not to watch too much information about this and the details, because I wanted to give you authentic reaction to the video. That's the whole point. But it's like, there's a lot to process. There's just a lot going on with this, and it's.
These encounters took place, and she recalled one incident that took place around 2013. Diddy had an FO set up at the Intercontinental in NYC and was charged with tens of thousands of dollars in damages by the hotel. How Diddy started forcing Cassie to use websites and escort services to find male S workers to participate in the FOs, and he allegedly told her to search for large black D's on these websites. She was required to dress up in lingerie for an FO, and Diddy insisted that she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the skin of the black men he hired. Diddy allegedly started treating these freak-offs like movie shoots and would direct Cassie and the male S workers on what to do and how to speak to each other. Cassie claims Diddy would use his
It just had his own like sick like prawn hub of like drugging your own woman and then forcing her against her will to have these acts with these men, allegedly with the biggest whatever. And it's just like I can't think of an actual of a human being, like a child of God. I couldn't think of like someone who would do this. This is, like I said before and early in the video, like demonic. This is kind of like just this is beyond evil or disturbing. This is just like demonic. I hope and pray for Cassie and any other women. Pray for any other women who also were subject to this and who are victims of this, not just from Diddy, from other women too. We're talking about Diddy in this video. Money should not shut everything up and hush it, throw it. It shouldn't sweep it under the rug, bro. That's just money. Diddy, money won't save you in the afterlife. Money won't save you from the wrath of your creator, my creator, our creator. So just could you imagine trying to like sleep at night after shit like this, bro? If you did, even if you knew someone, that's the thing about Hollyweird too. Like if you know someone who has done this, because a lot of people know Diddy. A lot of people keep it on the hush, right? That's another thing too. It's like, I know, like we talk about as men, like there's like a culture thing allegedly too. I don't know if there's actually a culture behind it per se. If you look at the definition of culture, hear me out on this. I don't know if there's an actual culture behind that, but there are individuals who think that it's not that big of a deal and it is okay. Treat women like actual tools and objects, and it's gross. Once again, you're playing with your soul and where it ends up when you do it like this. And I don't know what else to say right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just continue, press forward. I'm gonna stop pausing it so much. Let's just get to it, man.
His phone, laptop, and tablet to film these encounters, which she describes as forced. He treated the forced encounter as a personal art project, adjusting the candles he used for lighting to frame the videos he took. When Cassie tried to resist and told Diddy she no longer wanted to participate in these things, allegedly Diddy would threaten her with the footage he recorded during previous encounters. encounters. Describes how on one occasion next to her on a flight and made her watch a video she thought she had deleted, reinforcing her inability to escape and the immense power he held over her. These encounters would allegedly also become aggressive when Cassie tried to resist, and she recalls in her lawsuit how during some FOs, Mr. Combs would become extremely intoxicated and would hit Miss Ventura in front of the male S-workers. Cassie then goes on to describe how frequently her anxiety before an FO would become so great that she would become physically ill, sometimes to the point of vomiting. But while kneeling over the toilet, Mr. Combs would shame her into performing for him, eventually forcing her to get up and proceed with the encounter. She knew firsthand that telling Mr. Combs that she did not want to engage in FOs was met with anger and Diddy would allegedly threaten Cassie that she could not go to the police because she had a lot to lose. Cassie also specifically said that Diddy started treating these FOs like they were a part of her job. The FOs became work for Miss Ventura, and despite her protestations, Mr. Combs insisted on these intricately staged and forced encounters between Miss Ventura and various male S-workers. So as you can see, by all legal definitions, what Diddy was allegedly doing is called ST. It's a federal crime. So let's hope that the authorities will take this seriously and launch an official investigation into Cassie's allegations. Just because Diddy settled with Cassie does not mean the federal prosecutor won't get involved and decide to open their own investigation, especially now that...
Which they absolutely should. The only way I can think of them not doing it is once again protecting the actual abuser, the person, the man orchestrating all this, because he throws money at it.
Evidence is starting to surface that Diddy allegedly distributed footage of Cassie's forced encounters. And it looks like 50 Cent actually got hold of some of this footage back in the day. In a recently resurfaced audio from 50's appearance on a radio show, 50 can be heard saying he received some disturbing footage of Cassie. Cassie was in a relationship with Diddy at the time, so he called Diddy to warn him about this. But to his shock, Diddy was completely calm, and it sounded like he already knew about the footage.
They sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of this girl, like not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse. Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Fifth.
all that.
serious.
And I didn't even. I called the. I said, yo, you with this girl? Like you really, like you like her like that? And he was like, yeah, that's my girl. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send you something. You look at it, you call me back. I sent them the photos, the pictures, and everything. And the nigga called back and was like, yo, thanks, man. Yo, I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these shits from? And I said, you know, like, because they know, like, if something crazy is going on, if they send it to me, I'll make sure it get out there. Like, as far as this 50.com is concerned.
Yeah, yep.
And those other properties. So they sent it to me. But, you know, I really kind of felt like those photographs was not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they was happening because of Puffy.
Fans are now speculating that Diddy was forcing Cassie into these freak-offs and filming them for other sick Hollywood elites because, as one fan pointed out, the way he was directing these things definitely sounds like some messed up rituals. The way it was described in the lawsuit about Diddy filming Cassie on multiple devices, adjusting the candles and wearing masks while she was SA'd sounds like some cult ritual-ish. We now see why 50 Cent don't mess with Diddy. The stuff gets sicker and sicker by the...
That's basically the video, and I think they're right to a degree. These are all speculations once again. Like, those people do the weirdest shit behind closed doors with their money and their status and their success. They leverage it all, whether if it is to do something like this egregious to women, or to even men. It's gross. Why do you think a lot of our favorite artists get certain deals, or they are defended, and a lot of things go away real quickly? They probably have some things on them too, but this is not that. This is not this video. We're not talking about that. I've said enough about the whole, you know, how egregious, how horrible, disgraceful, satanic this all sounds. My outlook of understanding what great qualities make a great man to be a husband, right? Once again, some kind of leadership, man, some integrity, bro. Integrity is real. Like some kind of character, moral compass, an individual, a man who actually, like I said, a great asset for a community, for people around him, not just for himself, not just for his woman, not just for his child, but community for everyone around him. Not someone who is willing to destroy, but to build and grow and uplift. That is a real man that is worthy, or much more worthy, of a real woman. I strive to be that type of man because I do want to be a husband. I have an amazing woman who I have been dating, and we're working things out, right? We're growing, we're building together, and it's beautiful. I am not a role model, but maybe a voice, someone that can start that conversation, someone that can look at us as men and understand that there are things that we can do to be better qualities that can make us better husbands, better men for our children, our future wives, and for our community. It's bigger than us. It's not about us. It never is and never will be. Take that how you want to. We should defend and protect our women and children and our society. That's what makes a great man. And I think that would be a much better and more honorable thing, qualities, characteristics of a man than having an uber amount of money, success, popularity, and credibility that's all fake. That you can just do whatever, you can act however you want to be, throw money at it, and then just get off the hook. I don't think those are great qualities of, a man to be a husband for a woman. Cassie, I doubt you're ever going to watch a video like this on YouTube. Like, what is this compared to, the situation you're going through and all that? Cassie, I do hope that, that you do find peace within all this. I know money will never be peace. Hopefully you do get the help, you get the therapy, whatever it is. And any individual who also has been through this, whether if it is allegedly young Jeezy, who's been abused by his alleged mother and friend, or Jeannie Mai that we talked about in the last episode when she was young and there was a 16-year-old friend of the family who was babysitting her and took advantage of her innocence. Whoever does any of these egregious things, I hope they are held accountable, and I hope the individuals and victims who were victimized by these acts all find some kind of peace and help. But those are my final thoughts for the video. Please tell me what you think. If this is a W and L, thanks so much again, Culture Covered, for the video. Put it together really nicely, and I'll check you guys out for the next episode of The Bridge Reacts. The last video did so great in such a small window of time. Right now, I think it's at 1.6K views, which is within 5 days. That's crazy, man. That's amazing. It's a blessing, and I really appreciate it. I'm very fortunate to be on this platform. I have a platform to have my voice heard, and I am literally just trying to speak love, positivity, man. That's what it's all about. Hopefully I get the same kind of people as bridge builders who subscribe to the channel, who also think very similar to me as well, of wanting to make the community better, grow us, make us better, heal us, understand us, and that way we can literally bridge that gap. That is the whole point. But I'm rambling again. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Be safe out there, and love you guys. Take care.